under normal circumstances, getting screwed by Trish Stratus would be a good thing, but not when it comes to the WWE title. What's good, Internet? My name is attackslug, and welcome back to my Let's Play of WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2007, and we were champion for a whole day there. But now Chris Masters is the champion because of Trish Stratus climbing the ladder and taking that title. So let's start this week and see how things go on this fine Wednesday afternoon. I feel like every match here is the third match, and I'm fighting Masters in a non-title match with Trish at ringside.
And here comes Chris Masters, and what the hell is Trish Stratus doing with a WWE title?
Denial ain't just a river in Egypt, JR. Chris Masters won it last week on Raw, remember? You saw it with your own two eyes.
That might be your view, King, but as I understand it, we still don't have a WWE champion. And until we do, I think Trish Stratus and Chris Masters are the last people who should be holding on to the title.
Poor Trish. I'm glad her pretty little ears can't hear you, JR. I don't think she'd appreciate your conspiracy theories. And by the way, I think you'd better get used to referring to him as WWE Champion Chris Masters. Thank you very much.
Masters is lucky he's not currently employed because he would have no entrance with no pyro, because there's no pyro anymore.
Boy, the champ looks focused. I'd hate to be Chris Masters in this match.
Wait, didn't you just say that we didn't have a champion, JR? Isn't that a little hypocritical of you to refer to him as the champ?
Well, he's still the champion in my mind, King, and in the minds of a lot of other people, too. And I have a feeling that once the board of directors finish up their investigation, they'll come to the same conclusion.
The champ is here! Anyway, yes, it is Wednesday, which means I have watched both Raw and SmackDown in the last, 15 hours or so, and have some thoughts. I kind of got most of my Raw thoughts out yesterday's video, so not too much to add there, outside of the fact that Bo Dallas, they told him to tone down that Guns N' Roses thing. Now he's looking a lot more like Curtis Axel. Also, Curtis Axel, 10 years? That's crazy. He's not done that much in 10 years. I mean, he was the IC champ, once? And he was a tag champ a few times, I think. Yeah, it's crazy that he's been there for a decade. Anyway, let's get this Masters match underway here, which should be less challenging than that ladder match was yesterday. And it seems like, due to the actions in that match with Bayley and Nia Jax on Raw, that Bayley hurt her shoulder. Now, there's some folks who are saying, oh, that's not going to be, that's just, they're playing it up. But, honestly, at this point, it kind of remains to be seen, but it seems like it's a real thing, like she actually got hurt on Raw. So, whether or not that's going to impact her SummerSlam match with Alexa Bliss in a couple weeks remains to be seen. But as of right now, it's not looking good. Everyone's kind of playing it up like it's an actual legit injury, and that might be a problem moving forward. Destiny! So, moving on to SmackDown. They're certainly well. No, first of all, why was Brock Lesnar in the building and did not come out during that triple threat to beat up everyone and hand out suplexes? There's your non-finish. There's your, you don't need a clean finish for that match with the triple threat because you had Brock Lesnar in the building to come out and give everyone suplexes. That would have made way more sense than what they actually did, which was give Roman a clean win. Anyway, SmackDown. Man, there is stuff going down on SmackDown. There is a handful of things I want to get into here as soon as I try to reverse this move from the Masterpiece, who's not having it. Not having it, Chris Masters. Just hucking me around like I was nothing. I mean, obviously he has a lot more muscles than I do, so that makes some sense. What do we got here on SmackDown? So, the rumored SummerSlam card seems to not quite be as true as we thought it was after Raw had ended on Monday, because the Raw stuff, alright, Miz, Jason Jordan, that made sense, and then, Sheamus, Cesaro, and Rollins, Ambrose, they got there with that. But the rumored card had Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon, which is not happening at SummerSlam. Instead, we're having AJ and Owens again because of the referee screwing or not being able to see properly to finish that match on SmackDown. So instead, Shane is the guest ref in that match at SummerSlam, which also means the rumor of AJ and Cena not happening because AJ's fighting Owens. So that card was a little bit off on the SmackDown side, or at least plans have changed. Certainly we didn't know about Cena being in that Transformers movie until yesterday, so that may have also changed their plans for SummerSlam. I'm not sure. I'm not sure when that begins filming, so that might be impacting and why we have now Nakamura and Jinder at SummerSlam, which is also a weird thing to say out loud. So there's that bit of business. I'll get to that. I'll get to that. Don't worry. What are you doing? I'm flicking the stick. I'm flicking the stick with the flick of the wrist. What else we got here? The Usos, again with CFO doing stuff this week. The Usos theme song has lyrics now. And I'm not sure if that was the Usos themselves doing it. It kind of sounded like it. Kind of, you know, playing off their whole rap battle thing. And they came out and cut a promo on the New Day and whatnot. Because I guess we're going to continue that feud and whatever. How is that a rope break? Boo! Boo! Hit you in the face. Now where's your rope break, Masters? Now where's your rope break? Into that STF. Into that STFU! What else we got here? Ah, yes. The Breezango segment, their ongoing, amazing, awesome segments, they went with Twin Peaks this time, which is oddly, relevant because that's back on the air this year. Whereas, you know, up until this year, it was off the air for a long, long time. So that's actually kind of modern, if you will. Oh no, referee again. I didn't mean to do it. I didn't mean to do it. Here we go. Strong grapple, and he reverses it. This is why I don't go for strong grapples, because he freaking reverses them. There we go. Neck breaker. All the times. All the times. So yeah, kudos on that whole Twin Peaks thing. That was very accurate, pretty much, and all those jokes for me hit as I watched Twin Peaks, or you know, I've seen the original. I haven't had a chance to watch the new one yet because I'm still trying to finish watching that new season of Mystery Science Theater 3000, which is also excellent. And yeah, it's a weird year for things coming back after long hiatuses with the original creators at the helm of them. Anyway, Masters here locking in that leg lock. Oh no, blue field. Blue field. I don't like the blue field. Let me just tap buttons. It's too hard to get in the blue field. There we go. That was the thing, I guess. Don't you... What? Really? I'll tap the buttons all day of the week. Anyway, moving on. We have Aiden English winning again. He beat Ty Dillinger at a pay-per-view, and now he beat Sami Zayn. I mean, granted, it's Sami Zayn, and his thing is losing, you know, being the underdog and whatever else, but not to Aiden English. They seem to be, I guess, having some hype behind Aiden English, which is unusual, but also I'm gonna lose the Masters here. What is happening? What is happening? What? He's doing the Brock lock. What? Oh, blue field. Come on. I hate the blue field. I hate it. I can't make it work for me. It's the worst. And then Masters is going to attempt to get in the Master Lock here, which is going to be a problem for me if I can't get up. Reverse a thing. Oh, I hate you. Oh, I hate you so much. Really? Really? I can't do anything here. He's just... I'm bumping like Dolph Ziggler. I can't get anything done here. It's the worst. Reverse something. Oh, for once in your life, would the right trigger to reverse grapples work for me? Because I'm having some pretty rotten luck with it. And the irony of Masters working a leg here when he's a Master Lock upper body guy. Finally! Don't grapple the referee! I didn't mean to do that! The worst. The worst. And here we go. Poke in the eye. Kick in the groin. Ref's out. Like, I'm not hitting the back button to face the referee, so why, in God's name, would I grapple the ref? Masters! Master! Ah, the worst. The worst. Lock you back in the STF and make you tap, son. Gonna ignore it. Gonna ignore it. 5 count. Or a 4 count. There's no count on the screen, so I don't want to accidentally botch that. Also, I'm botching this, so, you know. Oh! On the you can't win out there, Masters. You can't win out there. I mean, you can by count out, but oh! You missed your plancha, idiot. You missed your plancha, moron. Back in the ring. Get back in the ring. Now what, Masters? Are you too scared to get back in the ring? Really? Really? You're too scared? Business! Pick it up. No! I hate this. I hate this. The stumble is the worst. Or it's like, I was supposed to grapple, but instead I stumbled. Anyway. Where else we got here? It looks like the Great Khali was a one-night only deal. Because from what they put him on .com, that he is back in the alumni section. So they brought him back for one night and one night only. And we're like, you know what? Maybe we don't need the Great Khali. That's a bad idea. It's a bad idea to have the Great Khali. So he's like, booyah, booyah. Yeah, so that's good. Also, it looks like Chris Jericho was a one-night deal because he's not on SmackDown this week. So he came in for one night to do a thing and eat a pinfall between Owens and AJ, and then he was done, which is, alright, sure. It popped the crowd. It was a legit surprise, so cool, I guess. I guess he can, he has the cachet to kind of do that when he wants. So obviously, if they had him on the show full time, it'd be a better show, whereas Great Khali, not so much. So, thankfully, that means we're not going to get Khali and Randy Orton at SummerSlam, which people were kind of making that assumption. And I'm like, no, we don't need that. We don't need that. It's a bad idea. It's a bad idea. We are getting Rusev and Randy Orton. So, they got something that was not on any of the leaked SummerSlam cards. Nobody said, hey, Rusev, Randy Orton. Nobody said that. So, those things were not quite as accurate as you would have thought they would be for a leaked card and whatever and whatnot. So, pin the man. He's in the red. That has to be it. That has to be a hard-fought battle. 3 count. Masters, I got your number. And then we get to the main event, which they gave away on free TV of John Cena, Shinsuke Nakamura. It's like, you build that. That's a first time in a lifetime thing, and you have it on a SmackDown? Like, really? And there we go. Your winner, and not champion, I got screwed out of it, attackslug. But yeah, that obviously match was significant for 2 reasons. One, Cena getting dropped on the back of his neck, which is never good. I'm not sure who is at fault there, because Cena had to have known that Nakamura sets up his finish with that reverse exploder suplex, right? He's done it hundreds of times, and I don't know if Cena expected just a backdrop and not, the whole flip part of it, because that move, generally, the guy taking the move is doing a backflip, whereas Cena just kind of went backwards and landed on the back of his neck instead of doing the whole flip. Obviously, Nakamura helping you, but, that's mostly the guy taking the move is jumping backwards. So I'm sure the folks in Hollywood who just signed him to that movie deal are having a heart attack. They're like, oh dear God, don't break his neck, for the love of God. But it is pretty significant that Nakamura got a clean win on John Cena.
Okay, listen up. This is a bit of a surprise, but here's what the WWE Board of Directors says about the WWE title. They've decided that they're not going to make a decision about who is the rightful WWE champion.
What?
What? You've got to be kidding me.
Hold on. They've decided that the 3 of you, yes, you too, Trish, will face each other for the WWE title this Sunday at SummerSlam.
What are you talking about? I'm not getting into the ring with him.
You didn't seem to have a problem doing that 2 weeks ago, Trish, which is why you're in the mess you are in now.
Well, I can tell you right now, I'm not getting into the ring with him.
Whoa, Trish, wait a minute. Think about it. You're legally allowed to come in the ring and do whatever you want in the match.
Whatever.
I'm not saying I need any help to beat this jerk.
I just beat
but
you.
It never hurts, right? There's nothing wrong with that, is there?
Look, as long as this is not illegal, you can do whatever you want. But one way or another, Raw is going to have a new WWE champion by next week's show, so everyone's happy.
Yes, everyone will be happy.
Oh, and by the way, you two, have a mixed tag tonight against him
fun.
and Mickie James. Better go get ready.
Thanks, Shane. I guess I appreciate that, Shane. He rolled his eyes at me. Thanks, Shane. Hi, it's Mickie James. I just heard we have a mixed tag match with Chris Masters and Trish Stratus, and I'm so excited to get my hands on her. Yeah, that was the angle back in the day. That was the storyline back in the day when she was the creepy stalker Mickie. We're gonna have a super time out there tonight, if you know what I mean. I'm so psyched. See you in the ring. Thanks, Mickie, I guess. Now here's a match that has 0 consequences, so kinda who cares. And so it is kind of significant that Nakamura went over Cena clean. Apparently there was some text that got out there that was supposed to be an interference from Corbin, but that didn't happen until after the show was already off the air. So Nakamura, with one finisher, takes out John Cena. That's a pretty big endorsement from Super Cena, etc., etc. So that does pose an interesting question for the next several weeks running into SummerSlam. In that Jinder Mahal, the modern-day Maharaja, Hardbody Mahal, has been cutting the same promos since he became the champion about how everyone's xenophobic and they don't like him because he doesn't look like them and all sort of stuff that he's been saying for the past, how many months against Randy Orton. All those promos don't work against Nakamura, who's not American. Like, that's not going to play, Jinder. You need new promos now. You need new material now against Nakamura. And if he cuts those same promos, they're going to ring just so hollow. Because, like, hey, Jinder, here's a foreign guy that people are cheering for because he's a good wrestler. And he has charisma. But on the topic of Jinder and the Singh Bros, they were watching that match from the Skybox. And the Singh Bros were selling the injuries from the prison match at the pay-per-view, right? And one of them has a neck brace, which, makes sense. But the other one had his arm, his shoulder taped up, but it was taped up over his shirt. That's not how medical tape is supposed to work. You don't wear it over your clothes. So, I get it, you had to sell it. Alright, he got hurt from that show, he's injured, but that's not how that tape works. It was really funny, right? Because, in wrestling that you can't identify someone as a doctor unless they have a stethoscope around their neck. Like, they have the visual way of conveying that knowledge, on TV. You don't need to say, oh, hey, I'm a doctor. You have to visually convey, oh, white lab coat, stethoscope, that's just kind of how wrestling works. But it's still funny every time. But more significantly, this week was the last week we are going to be bereft of the best thing on SmackDown Live, which is James, by God, Ellsworth, who should be back next week after a 30-day suspension. So, Trish, you can't do that. Trish, you can't. I mean, I don't mind where you're grabbing, but you can't do that, Trish. Come on now. Yeah, get out of my ring. Get out of my ring. We're supposed to be... There we go, T-Bone. Supposed to be having a legit mixed tag match here, not having you interfere and attack me, which is not cool, Miss Stratus. Anyway, Chris Masters going to get that slug sploder once again. So not going to work because we're going to do this, and here comes Trish, and it's not going to matter. But this whole match kind of does not matter, so I'm not that worried about it. I think that's all I have here on my discussion threads and forums and whatnot. But I guess they're continuing the Sami Zayn and Mike and Maria feud, it seems like, for the Head of SmackDown. And they kept off the New Day for a week to kind of sell that beatdown and whatever else. That's fine. But, there's always, I'm hoping guys like Chad Gable don't get lost in the mix, because he had a pretty good match there on SmackDown. So, ref bump, and attackslug crash, Mashka, just wearing him out, Mashka. Look, Trish, if you want to get the Slug Exploder, I can give you the Slug Exploder. Like, don't worry about it. It can happen if you'd like it to happen. All I'm trying to say. Masters is like, nope. Do the gut kick. Do the gut. There we go. Oh, he reversed it. You know what? I'm going to go tag in my tag team partner here. There we go, yes. I will tag in Mickie James in this intergender competition. And have her do some work here against Trish Stratus. But yeah, this is not how it's supposed to... No, go away. What? Headlock on Hunger. Really? With your catch as catch can. Really? What a clothesline. Let me tag in Mickie James. There you go, Mickie. All yours. I'm going to go over here and deal with the Masterpiece. And hopefully Mickie there can win this match. We'll see. Face. I'm hitting the back button. He's not facing. Oops. Wrong button. Can you... No. What are you doing? What are you doing? Grab the Masterpiece. Really? Really? This game. Sometimes... Oh, boy. It's a little bit annoying. And here's the ref going, get out of my ring, because you're not legal, etc., etc. And I'm doing it. I'm working on it. Taunt the man. There we go. Sluggeroonie on the outside. It does not particularly matter, to be honest. But I should be facing Masters now. He should have my full attention. But I can't. There we go. That was dumb. That was dumb. But hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. And Mickie doing her work there. And I'm wearing out Masters here. And we are a well-oiled machine. Mostly. Mostly. I have a finisher again. So I guess Masters can get another Slug Exploder here as the pinfall happens in the ring. And there we go. We won that match. Excellent teamwork.
We might have just gotten a glimpse of the SummerSlam WWE title match this Sunday, King. All three contenders look pretty good out there tonight.
It hardly seems fair, though, that poor Trish has to compete against two WWE superstars. Forcing her to face Chris Masters, the superstar she manages, and the rightful WWE champion. It's just wrong.
He's just
I
around.
don't think Trish has any intention of competing against Masters, King. This seems more like a handicap match than a triple threat to me.
Pretty much. Attack Slug, Masters, Stratus. Ready for SummerSlam. I'm just gonna sit back and watch my man, the Masterpiece, bring home the gold. And so SummerSlam will be tomorrow. Thanks for watching. I'm Attack Slug. More videos every day. And I'll see you next time. Right here on this channel. And I'm out.